physician advises me I can remove it.
Is he back now from
Yes,
overseas?
he is.
And the
He says,
prognosis?
well, I have to go have a myelogram. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I
Where
have
they
a
shoot
rough
dye
idea.
into your spine and it goes into different parts of your body that can pinpoint exactly what's wrong.
So it's not just a sprained neck, as we.
Oh, no. Not like the garbage they threw upon you people made it sound like it was just something that I could go to bed and take an aspirin and get up in the morning
In
and
other
I feel
words, we're
fine.
going to see you wearing this horrible-looking thing for a while now.
I want Patera to get a good look at it. I want him to be proud of himself because he's going to be in a body cast eventually from his eyebrows down.
Remember what happened last week here, Brain, on Prime Time? The barber, Brutus Beefcake, had a match with his former manager, Luscious Johnny V, and
Choked him into unconsciousness and shaved his head.
Stunning haircut. Well, Johnny V, upon awakening, didn't waste any time in contacting Jack Tunney, president of World Wrestling Federation, demanding a return match. And that return match happened to take place in the Boston Garden. You see, Jack Tunney can be fair.
Oh, yeah.
Guy wanted a return match, he got it.
Fine. I can call him all day. There's no answer.
Well, if you didn't call collect, you might answer the phone.
I don't call collect. I'm not cheap.
Have you gotten a lot of cards and letters?
I was just going to mention, there's a lot of people concerned about me. I understand that, well, in Beverly Hills, I happen to know that my mailman right there is hunchbacked from just carrying my mail. You should see the mail in the lobby
Let's go
there.
to the Boston Garden right now with a special matchup.
Hey,
Let's
Bob
go
Dean,
inside.
get some mail in here.
This next bout is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing in the ring from New York City, weighing 250 pounds, Luscious Johnny V. The opponent, soon to be making his way to the ring area from San Francisco, California, weighing 263 pounds, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake indeed. Gorilla Monsoon here in the Boston Garden with Lord Alfred Hayes. Look at, he's got all the barber tools with him as well.
Even the barber's jacket. Just look at him. And he's happy about something. Look at that grin on his face.
Got all kinds of things.
Several coats.
Look at that strange looking haircut he gave the Luscious Johnny V.
And Johnny V not very happy about that, and not very happy about the situation he finds himself in here now.
Well, it was a lot of dissension amongst the members of the Dream Team, and it all came down to this. We saw it all on national television, where he really did a number. Gave him that, well, I don't know whether I'd like to have Brutus give me a haircut.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he'd be the gentlest, do you?
Well, if that's any indication of the kind of work that he does, I'll pass on it. Trying to jump him from behind, but Brutus right on top of the situation and going to work immediately.
I would say that he knows Johnny V's tactics inside out.
Not only is he upset with the manager, Luscious Johnny V, he's extremely upset with the Hammer and with Dino Bravo.
Big slam coming.
Well, there goes the New York City boy.
And it looks like he's on his way back to the dressing room.
Referee laying the count out.
No, he's coming back in. The police are sending him back in.
He's stunned and hurt right off the bat here.
He certainly got a taste of what Brutus is all about in those few exchanges.
If somebody did that to my hair, I think I might just go ahead and take the rest of it off.
Yeah.
Anything's got to look better than that.
He certainly came in the hard way too there. Pile driver coming up.
Well, Brutus didn't give the pile driver, but he rang his bell for it.
Johnny V not faring too well.
Beefcake in control right from the outset. Look at, he thinks it's the referee. It's the barber.
Yes, and now he knows it's definitely not the referee.
Just unloading as we get a count from this capacity crowd here in the Boston Garden.
A nice little half dozen there.
Big Beal coming up out of the corner. Wow. Snapped him over with it.
Oh, look at the look on the face of Johnny V. who is no mean wrestler in actual fact.
Former co-holder of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship.
Yes.
That doesn't happen by accident.
No, and very few people remember that.
Went downstairs and momentarily stops the offense of the Barber.
I wonder how long this will last, because Johnny V doesn't seem to be in the greatest of shape. And yet, Beefcake is very trim and looking really good.
Well, Luscious Johnny knows how to hurt you. And he's got Brudai in trouble right now. Irish whip coming up. No, reversal. As the Barber sends him in. Sleeper hold right in the center of the ring.
Trapped him nicely there, right in the center. And V weakening very, very quickly.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake about to put it to sleep. His former manager, Luscious Johnny V, right in the center of the ring, I believe. Indeed, the lights are out.
He's going very quickly.
He's sitting right on the leg of Beefcake, or he'd be down on the canvas.
Down he goes.
He's asleep. Come on, ref.
Now, what do you think he's got in mind?
Well, we could see a little more barber shopping, shall
A
we
little
say.
of the tonsorial arts, do you think? He's thinking about it.
Oh, there's the sign for the scissors. Let's get the official word.
Here is your winner, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oh, he's got the scissors out.
Step here.
I wish he had his clippers instead of that shears.
Oh, the referee's spoiling the fun there. He's taking the scissors away, quite rightly, of course.
And Luscious one is still out. Beefcake looking for support from the crowd, and he's getting it. Referee insisting that he bring him out of this.
He'll have to, of course, otherwise he faces a suspension.
He doesn't want to, and he doesn't.
No.
Referee threatening to reverse the decision here. That'll change Brutus's mind.
I think so.
There goes.
Oh, my word.
Luscious Johnny V doesn't have a clue what's gone down. He'll know when he gets his paycheck. There's tremendous crowd approval here for Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Let's go back and take a look at some of the Goldilocks trimming done by the barber here in Beefcake.
A snatch of the locks of Johnny V. A little scissor work there, and off it comes.
Plenty more action still to come, and we'll be back.
Wow, Brudai, devastating since his mastery of the sleeper hold.
It's not a sleeper hold, that's a choke.
It's a sleeper hold.
No, you know, there was a man in professional wrestling. He's retired now. I've worked for this man before. He's the greatest when it comes to using the sleeper. Probably had more victories than anybody in professional wrestling just by using this sleeper hold. The greatest wrestling technician when it came to using the sleeper hold.
Not active anymore.
No, retired.
Can
You know
only
who
be
that
one person, yeah.
Tell me.
Paul Bosch.
That's correct. Paul Bosch, you got that one right. Okay,
I've
next
been
you and
around
Vanna
for-
White will be on a Wheel of Fortune now.
Well, maybe we'll catch a train together somewhere. Who knows?
Well, anyway, the way Paul Bosch has explained it to me, that is not a sleeper hold. That is a choke.
Well, it's kind of hard to define. You have to actually be there in the ring. You have to be close so that if you see the forearm slip underneath the chin, then it becomes a chokehold.
That's right.
But as long as it's above the chin level and you're just pinching off the flow of blood through the carotid artery,
I don't want to talk about it. Not much. How many times I got to ask you, where is my mail?
it's coming. I hope that you're not going to be like this next gentleman that we're going to see here on Primetime this week as far as injuries are concerned. Referring to Iron Mike Sharp.
What, he hurt his neck?
He's had a bad forearm for about 9 years now, been wearing that forearm. So you're going to wear this thing for 8 or 9 years?
If my physician tells me to wear it for 30 years, I will listen to the doctor.
Doesn't it give you a headache to wear that thing?
Yes, it does. But every time I turn, every time I feel
you give
pain.
me a headache whether you have it or whether you don't have it. Let's
you
go
give
to
me a
ringside.
Excedrin number 63 too.
For one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing 270 pounds, Canada's greatest athlete, Iron Mike Sharp. The opponent from the Isles of Samoa, weighing 236 pounds, CV Afi.
CV Afi from the Isle of Samoa. Gorilla Monsoon here at ringside in Beantown, Boston Garden, along with Lordship of the King.
One of my favorite men in the ring there, Sharp. He's just unbelievable. There's no moments of boredom while he's in the ring.
Didn't waste any time going to work immediately, but got caught right off the bat. Look at this. Like a windmill. No point, no direction. Just keeps coming like a wild bull.
Isn't he unbelievable?
And there he goes.
He has a motto: if it moves, run it down. If it doesn't move, drop kick it. Do anything to it.
I'll say one thing about Iron Mike Sharp. He has very, very bad recuperative powers.
But he has some sort of generator in that body. It's like an electric dynamo.
Well, he's had a bad forearm for the past 9 years that I can recall. And it just won't seem to heal.
No.
Been wearing that forearm brace and support.
It seems to have changed shape a little bit. No, maybe it's got a new one. No, I can't believe that.
No, he wouldn't go for a new one. No way. Side headlock by Iron Mike. Really wrenching. I'll tell you, there isn't too many guys that I know of that are in any better physical condition than Iron Mike Sharp.
Incredible, isn't he? The thing about Sharp is he knows all the moves. He puts them all on at the wrong time.
Yeah, sure does. Dropped down by Afi. Over the top goes Mike. Oh, nice block on the attempted hip lock.
Well, proved wrong again there. He used the right move at the right time.
Wide open for that head scissors. Oh,
Gosh,
wow.
just look at him.
Whoa, speed. I believe he's headed for the locker room area. Iron Mike got caught there. Almost decapitated by CV Afi.
And almost decapitated me as well, Krill. I took my headset clean off, my microphone, disrupted everything from its moorings over here, but look at him, back in again.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. They want it, come on, come on.
He wants to test his strength
Where's
now.
the fister, come on.
He'll be at a definite advantage if he gets one. I believe Afi's a little bit too smart for that.
Yes, I think so.
Come on.
And Afi might even out-strength him too.
He's thinking about it. Those fingers are locked up. And there goes the second hand. Oh, the boot right to the midsection.
I think Afi definitely thought that was going to be a test of strength, and Mike didn't exactly sucker him in for that, but he certainly took advantage of it.
Youngster fighting it now. Boy, this is tough to come up from underneath like that. But he's trying. He's getting there, too. He's got those powerful legs, which enabled him to get to his feet. Look at the back muscles. Iron Mike just dropped him again. Well-placed boot, size 13.5, right to the lower abdomen.
And I also have the feeling that he's incurring the wrath of Afi, who can certainly devastate you once his temper is roused.
That's the only fault that I find with CV Afi. It takes too much to get him angry.
Yes, he's a very laid-back type of wrestler.
Backward roll, look out, he's going to come up with an inside lock here on his fingers. He did, and look at the face of Iron Mike. He's in a lot of pain right now. Squash those fingers, yes.
Yeah, Mike's bailed out. He's going to have another thought about this. Do you think he's capable of thinking too much about it?
Not a whole lot. He's just counting right now to make sure that they're all there. Sharp halfway back to the locker room area. As you can see him literally going out of our picture. The referee is counting CV Afi. Give him a break, ref.
Afi's looking for him. He doesn't want the referee to count. He's telling the referee to stop that count.
He's coming back.
Afi obviously wants more of Sharp. Well, that was a long hike by Mike Sharp. Let's see if it's increased his chances in this Bellator.
Well, he certainly didn't need a breather because he's not in shape. He definitely is in shape. If this match goes an hour, Iron Mike Sharp will still be in there. Did he use that forearm support? I didn't quite catch that.
Yes, he did, and it was quite a damaging move to Afi because Afi is really suffering now.
Went downstairs with the second shot.
For the first time, Mike has taken a little authority over in this match, and that was a hard blow to Afi's upper chest.
Oh, right on.
Another,
High cervical vertebrae area of the back.
that was another hard blow by Sharp.
What's he going to do? He's setting him up. Upside down in the corner. Now going to work with that forearm support. Shots to the sternum. Iron Mike pulling out all the stops right now.
But getting caught in that corner, once again he's got Afi in trouble.
Snapped him down with a clothesline right off that top rope.
In fact, he's got Afi in a lot of trouble there. This is considerable trouble for Afi. Mike taking control of this bout.
Very important match in the careers of both of these gentlemen. And I use the term very loosely.
Yes.
Uh-oh, that's a wrong thing. He didn't do his homework.
He now knows he's made a mistake.
Afi unloading now with a headbutt. One of his best weapons. Iron Mike hard into the corner. Oh, nobody home.
I think that was more or less the impetus of going into that corner so hard that shot Mike out there. I don't think really that he planned it that way, although he came out on the best end of that.
Just saw a good look at one of our international Japanese photographers at ringside. Here from the wrestling. But oh, he took the shoulder now. Couldn't get him. He's not quite long enough to make that hold effective.
He just couldn't seem to get that right shoulder down with his leg. If he had have done, we might have seen the finish of this match.
As I was saying earlier on, one of the members from the Japan press here at ringside for this World Wrestling Federation event, as the international scope of things here is just enormous.
The Far East, they take a very, very keen look at what happens in the WWF because everything revolves about what happens in these matches in the top arenas of America. Boston Garden, of course, being one of the top arenas.
Very true. In trouble right now, Afi, as he's getting unloaded on by Mike Sharp.
Two tremendous blows there by Sharp, who's still holding the upper hand.
Sharp looking to put him away right now as he sets him up. Irish whip in. Backdrop.
Big backdrop.
Over for a very nonchalant cover. You're not going to beat Afi that way.
I don't think I've seen Sharp being that nonchalant before.
Elbow. Telegraphed that move all the way across the ring.
I don't think his timing was terribly good either, do you, Gorilla?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I think he thought he was going to finish off Afi there, and look what's happened to him.
2 mule kicks in a row, and a third one. Right underneath the chin with that one. I believe Afi is getting angry.
I think so, and Mike staggering and reeling about on the ropes.
Look out, climbing the rope. He's lost his cool as well.
Yes, he has. He's bent out of shape, as you phrase it.
Oh, snap there and then planted those toes right in the eyeball. Big Iron Mike in for the ride. Look out. Oh, there's that flying double Fernum.
And wasn't that a beautifully executed move by Afi? What was
Nailed him
that?
with it. Perched up there in the second turnbuckle now.
Look at him waiting for his prey.
Look at Sharp. He doesn't have a clue.
Boom.
He nails him. Tomahawk chop right between the eyes over for the cover. Whoa. 2.5 maybe.
Yes, he didn't take the leg there. Got to trap that. Wow.
Headbutt right to the nose. Mike's in deep trouble.
He really is now. Into that turnbuckle. Out. Oh!
Nailed him with a beautiful clothesline. Seavey now going to the outside. Perhaps all the way up. Yes. Going to the top. The referee's saying, no, you got to come down. But he's perched up there like a big bird. As he's waiting, there it is, the high cross body. Oh, look at the momentum. Took him right over. Possibly a handful of lights, yes.
What a tremendous upset there. That shot pulled that right out of the bag.
Pulled a handful of tights as well.
Mike Sharp.
I'm sure will be very clear in the replay that Iron Mike Sharp did in fact pull the tights, even though he had the momentum going for him. As Seavey come off the top ropes, he had to resort to something illegal.
He really
to beat
did.
the youngster.
Here is Alfie
Here it
right on the top rope there, just waiting his opportunity, and it comes. That flying leap to pin him, but Mike had the presence of mind to pull those tights.
Look at that.
And get a dubious victory there, but all the same it goes in the books as a victory.
Referee, take a look. He took money out of this poor youngster's pocket. We'll be back.
You know, Commandant Swagler picked the winner of that match before that match began, and I was surprised. He's really getting...
Who did he pick, Bruno?
No, he picked Iron Mike. Said the guy was in tremendous condition, even though he'd been locked one night in the Boston Garden. While he was still in the shower, they locked the place up.
Him and Ratzo, probably.
Yeah, Ratzo was in there, too. They're both still in there.
I heard your
And
comment.
Terry Garvin, he was the third member of that illustrious group.
I don't think any pictures of that evening.
I don't know, but it'd be interesting to see.
My mail here? Oh, I know what the trouble is.
Mailbag? No, not here yet.
Not a mailbag. They're probably loading up some U-Haul. They're going to back it in here. It's okay. Take your time, gentlemen.
We didn't receive one phone call while you were absent, asking as to where you were or anything. We
Well, the
didn't get
lobby
any
probably got
letters,
them out there at the desk. I see you've hired an extra girl out there. They've been swamped with calls. I know I called here to talk to you a couple weeks ago. I called for a half hour before I got through. Everybody's wondering how my condition is, how I'm doing. Well, I'm
He's not doing
good.
well.
I'm certainly not.
He's sick. We'll be back in just a moment.
Not that kind of sick like you mean.
Some people just not satisfied with their position in life, especially a guy like handsome Harley Race. Here's a guy who's
The king.
well, the king. What more could you want than to be king?
World's champion.
Well, why? Is that more important than being the king?
More important to me.
More important to you?
Yes.
How about to the handsome one? Is it important to him?
Yes. To get everything out there. To accumulate every trophy, every title, everything.
Let's go to our latest member of the World Wrestling Federation broadcast team, young Craig DeGeorge.
And hi, everyone. All right, the word is out. Another member of the Heated family says he's ready to become the new champion in the World Wrestling Federation. And isn't it ironic, though, that Harley Race has been telling us for some time now that he already is the king of wrestling? Race, fresh off his somewhat impressive outing in WrestleMania 3, he beat the Junkyard Dog with help from that blonde-headed ringside helper of his.
There's the Brain up on the apron. What's he doing now? Look out. Go. Belly-to-belly suplex. He nailed him with it.
Beautifully executed.
1, 2. Oh,
got him.
count. He got him.
He got him.
There was a lot of distraction there just from the outside with the Brain.
And under these stipulations, the Dog, of course, bowed to the king. And Ray says it will not end there. The king says everybody is going to bow, and he means everybody.
WrestleMania 3, Junkyard Dog bowed and kneeled at the feet of the king. I am royalty, and royalty will have its place. Hulk Hogan, even you are going to bow and kneel before the king of all wrestling.
Can you imagine that? The proud Hulkster at the feet of Harley Race? Well, with Heenan behind him, I guess you never do know, do you? With Update, I'm Craig DeGeorge.
Highly unlikely that the Hulkster will be doing any bowing.
He'll be doing some bowing eventually.
Why are you on the case of Greg DeGeorge, the youngster?
See, who is he to make a comment about me at ringside interfering?
He's a commentator.
A commentator? This guy makes Pee Wee Herman look tough.
Please, give me a break.
How old is he, about 11?
Well, where'd the king get the new crown?
It was, he had that made. It was presented to him.
He had it made?
Yes.
Didn't measure his head too good.
What do you mean?
Don't fit him. Did you see his ears were buried in there? Loved it.
I didn't
now,
notice
let's go to the
Well, you
K&M
always got to
connection
make fun of the
as they
king.
take
I've
on
never seen anybody
the
as jealous as you.
Nikolai Volkov.
Connection against Sheik and Volkov. What a matchup this is going to be. Big Nikolai in there. Starting things off, but I believe Tom Zink, or is that Martel? It's Martel.
And they've started off roughhousing. No wrestling, just fighting.
Look at that maneuver by Martel. Sensational maneuver. Drop kick by Martel. Big Nikolai caught off guard. Another drop kick by Rick Martel as he tags out.
Well, that's what the Can-Am's got it there. You see Duggan outside the ring again. Hasn't he done enough damage already?
He has his ringside seat. And now it's Tom Zink squaring off against the Iron Sheik. Zink and the Sheik.
This is what the Can-Am's got to do. They got to keep it aerial.
A controversial footgear worn by the Sheik, I think, caught Tom Zink underneath the throat area. Look at Slick. Oh, my. Big boot, a big Russian boot, landing alongside the head of Tom Zink. Suplex, nicely executed by the Sheik. The cover, 1, 2.
You know, I don't think there's anybody that does suplexes any better than the Iron Sheik either.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan rooting for Tom Zink and Rick Martel. He's a cheerleader out there. Another suplex of a different variety by the Iron Sheik. Another cover and 2. But still
that was a sloppy cover there by the Sheik, though. I got to call it the way it is. He should have hooked the leg.
Big Russian Nikolai coming in. Look at his Sheik hanging on to Tom Zink.
That's legal. He's got a count of 5 to get out of there.
Zink's in for the rise in a rope and off. And again, the big Russian boot to the midsection. Nikolai gets a head start. And across the back. Nikolai hammering a quick tag made now to the Iron Sheik. 3 quick tags made by Sheik and Volkov.
And that's the key to tag team wrestling. Right now, the Sheik and Volkov and Slick have the advantage. They got Zink in the corner. They're tagging in and out. And the Can-Am connection in front. Look, a belly-to-belly suplex. I'll tell you that.
2 and
awesome.
still Tom Zink able to kick out. Zink and Martel, tremendous competitors.
They are. Sheik's done 3 suplex moves, and he's going for an abdominal stretch. He
has him released in there now, and the Sheik hoping for a submission. Hoping for a submission from Tom Zink.
If you'll notice, he did not have that foot hooked underneath, though, and that takes a lot of the leverage away. Sheik does not have the foot hooked.
Tom Zink, will he submit or not? The Iron Sheik with the abdominal stretch. Really pouring it on as the sweat pours off the Iron Sheik. So close to submission. Wait a minute, what's the Sheik doing now? Moving back and over the hip.
A desperation move on the part of Zink to break that hold. Sheik needs to tag right now. He needs to get Nikolai in there.
Tom Zink is the man who needs to tag. He needs to tag Rick Martel. Zink being set up by the Iron Sheik off the rope. Ooh, oh, what a clothesline. Yeah, oh, come on, look at that. That'll bring Duggan to his feet. Duggan bought a ticket like everybody else. Oh, no. Zink to the outside.
But my only question on that is not everybody else has a 2x4.
It's right in front. It's right in front of Duggan. Martel thrown over the top rope as well. Martel eliminated. Tom Zink out there with Nikolai Volkov right in front of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Look at this.
And Duggan paid to sit in a seat. He did not pay to interfere in this match.
I don't think he can contain himself. Look at Big Volkov get right in his face. Right in Duggan's face. Look at that.
Yeah, Duggan's doing what he wants to do. He's distracting the Sheik and Volkov. I think the police should come down and escort Duggan out of the building.
There's that big 2x4, that equalizer, right there next to Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Look at this, here he comes.
He's coming over. He's coming into the ring.
This is a disqualification.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan in the ring. Wait a minute. There's a cover. 2, 3.
You gotta be kidding me. They're gonna allow that. They're allowing Jim Duggan to come into the ring with a 2x4 and Joey Morella. There he is, Joey Morella, that same referee again, and he's gonna give the win to the Can-Am connection. This is an atrocity.
The Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. And
why don't you address my question?
Beside themselves. Oh, my. Look at going after Duggan. Wait a minute.
Good.
Even Slick is getting in some shots on Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Turning his shirt off. Triple team ever. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. They're kicking him right out of the ring. Out by Martel and Zeke.
That's where he belongs. He got what's coming. I can't believe Joey Morella gave the win to the Can-Am connection with flagrant outside
Wait a minute.
interference.
Back in there, Martel Zeke. Along with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He's looking for a commie. That's what he's looking for. Listen to these fans.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan with a vengeance for Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. What is it?
The man buys a ticket. He's allowed to sit there with a 2x4, go over the rail and into the ring, and the World Wrestling Federation doesn't say a thing to him. A man almost breaks my neck, may be broken, I don't know yet. Nobody says a thing to him.
Hoping.
Man shaves a man's head, nobody says anything to him. You can do whatever you want here. That's the rules you want to play by, fine.
That's the rules you play by all the time.
Fine. I haven't even begun to dig yet and come up with the
Your
things I'm going
guys
to come
come
up
in the
with.
ring with all kinds of strange things, 15-foot chains. You've got one guy that had the audacity to slam a midget. Give me a break.
That's right. I told him not to touch that midget. You never touch a midget. You never know where they've been.
You're disgusting. You're completely disgusting. I understand through the grapevine that you've had Miss Betty checking the mailbox out every day looking for letters of get well wishes and stuff.
That's right.
And she was bit by a wasp at the mailbox, and the wasp died instantly. Is that true or not?
Never heard that.
I heard that was true.
No, I never heard anything like that.
Well, why don't you get her on the phone and either verify this or, you know, I like to check my sources out once in a while and find out if we're getting the true facts. We'll be back in just a moment. Many youngsters entering the World Wrestling Federation looking for that stardom that can only be found here in the World Wrestling Federation, and we're about to take a look at one, namely Nick Kanitsky. His opponent, a very unusual individual, one Toulouse-Lautrec. You familiar with that name?
What?
Toulouse-Lautrec.
Yes.
Who is it?
Short guy.
Yeah, short guy. Referring to, in fact, Frenchie Martin, real ring veteran here in the World Wrestling Federation. Nick just might get an education here. Let's go down to ringside right now.
I can't find Miss Betty.
Too bad.
Well, that comes with youth, which has escaped to both you and I.
I was going to ask what that was, what that word meant.
Tables have turned here, and it's now Frenchie Martin who's getting an education as far as a armbar is concerned. Boy, Beantown becoming a hotbed for professional wrestling, and in particular the World Wrestling Federation.
Absolutely, they really know their wrestling here in Boston.
Dropped down by Frenchie, put his foot down. There's a mistake you don't often see the veteran make.
No.
Nice arm drag by the youngster.
Another good indicator there for Kanitsky's future is that he took full advantage of that slip by Martin.
Frenchie might be thinking about wanting to be in Quebec City about right now.
Maybe Paris?
No, anywhere but here.
Right. He is a big, impressive lad, Kanitsky. He has all the particulars in his favor for making a big name for himself.
Got a lot of impressive tools to work with, and he's got a tremendous amateur background, which can't help but help him. Plus, he's got 18 or 20,000 plus on his side right now.
And he's taking full advantage of that too, drumming a little encouragement from them and getting a lot of response. Oh, Frenchie, another slip there.
Snuck right in on him and grabbed that side headlock.
His attention was momentarily diverted, and Kanitsky quick to take advantage.
Went right downstairs. Didn't see a clean break there. Look out. Gets rid of him. Shoulder block by Frenchie Martin. Down quickly in front goes Nick. Down high.
Excellent moves by Kanitsky. Right in the beginning of this bout, he's already beginning to show mastery.
Just drove him down into the canvas with that slam and right back to the beautiful deep underhook arm drag.
So beautifully executed, really crisp. For such a big man, Kiniski moves so well.
Certainly does. Got all that speed and agility on his side.
For a youngster, Gorilla, he has a lot of authority in the ring, huh?
Yes, he does, definitely. A lot of poise. Looks like a real ring veteran of some 10 or 15 years, which we know he is not.
Absolutely. Do you think he would follow his father's footsteps right to the very top?
Well, his father managed to work his way into a championship or two, did he not?
He really did. What a salty beast he was in the ring,
Boy, he
too.
certainly was. I think the youngster has a much better physique than his dad did.
Yes. I think that comes with modern-day nutrition and different ways of developing. But he has essentially a wrestler's physique, though, I think.
Yes, he does. Frenchie into the ropes once again and constitute a break here as Joe Morella tries to push back the youngster. That is not the thing to do. You just count. Never get physically involved with the wrestlers. They will give you a negative attitude forever.
Absolutely, but he does an excellent job for such a young man in charge. The third man in the ring.
Trying. Well, test of strength here, and Frenchie, I'm not too sure he wants any part of it. Put that hand out there.
I would watch that very carefully if I were Kiniski. Frenchie has more than a trick or two, a dubious trick or two up his sleeve.
Both raw. There it is. The veteran sucked him right in. Gets rid of him in a hurry. Drop down over the top goes Frenchie. Look out, leapfrog. Reverse monkey flip. He did it.
Oh, wow. Oh, those moves so well executed there by Kiniski. In fact, I really think he allowed himself to be suckered into that.
Sort of appeared that way. Nice three-move combination. And catches the veteran with a high slam. Wow.
Threw him clear across the ring with that slam. What power.
Right back to that beautiful arm drag. Frenchie definitely wishing he were somewhere else
yes.
at this particular point in time.
Yes, the Riviera wouldn't be a bad place for him right now.
I think when he saw the pairings here, he figured he might have a night off.
Yes, I think he did. He's underestimating this youngster.
Well, so far he's getting his clock cleaned by young Nick Kiniski.
That's one way of putting it, definitely.
Oh, sucker punch right in the face. Now going to work, handful of hair, rams him into the top turnbuckle. Resorting now to all the dastardly things he knows.
Yes, it's now, I think, a little do-or-die desperation effort on the part of Martin.
Irish whip, no, nice reversal. Kiniski coming hard, nobody there. Boy, I think he may have knocked the wind out of himself.
Yes, just a little inexperience showing there.
What a battle going down in the Boston Garden between ring veteran Frenchie Martin and the youngster Nick Kiniski. I'm sure that Frenchie thought he was going to have a night off, Bob. It didn't turn out that way, did it?
I don't know where Miss Betty is.
We'll be back with the very
New York
exciting
to buy a car.
conclusion to this match in just a moment. A what? All these interesting. Where did the wasp bite her anyway?
I don't know. I can't get a hold of her.
Well, why don't you keep abreast as to what's going on in your own family, for God's sakes?
Where's
Let's go back.
my mail?
It's coming. So is Christmas. Let's go back to Boston Garden.
Oh.
Sternum rammed right into that top turnbuckle.
Giving Martin a time to recoup and regroup as well.
He's still holding on to that back, though. Those slams taking their toll. Landed one right in the esophagus area. That'll make it a little difficult to sink God Bless America.
Absolutely, and if you notice there, Martin made sure he was on the blind side of the referee. He really is a veteran of the ring. And he really is a psychologist as well.
With the upper hand right now, Frenchie Martin, the ring veteran, takes him down with a handful of hair and goes to work on the trapezius muscle.
I get the feeling now by looking at Martin's face that he feels that he's found some sort of control in this bout. And it certainly looks that way.
Well, he probably came in here under the assumption he could outsmart, outmaneuver, and outthink the youngster, and it hasn't happened that way, and Frenchie is becoming a little frustrated. as the youngster's fighting this, trying to get to his feet to alleviate that downward pressure. He made it, elbow well placed, and another one breaks the hold. Look out, shoulder block. Had the right idea.
Good idea. Unfortunately for him, he's against somebody who has seen all these moves before and can take advantage of them.
100,000 times.
Absolutely, and now Martin definitely has the upper hand. The pendulum has swung in this bout.
Starting to measure the youngster now. Look out, got rid of him. Hard from Creed 4 here in the Boston Gardens. Goes young Gene Kiniski. I'm sorry, Nick Kiniski.
Yes, absolutely.
Say Gene comes to mind so often. He was around and very, very vigorous and very, very active during my era and yours.
Kiniski once again showing just a little inexperience there by getting back into the ring much too quickly. He should have taken advantage of a rest period there. Let's see if he does. Once again, he's getting back very quickly before he's fully recovered.
Got him with the left hand right above the eye and a shoulder block. Downstairs, look out. Sunset from the outside. Shoulders are down, referee right there. Whoa, that was close.
Oh, really close. He nearly caused an upset here.
Well, if the youngster wants to get a victory, the longer this match goes, the better it's going to be for him. Look, did a 360, turned around, and ran right into Frenchie. Looked like they hit head-to-head.
It did it, but it shows you how quick, deceptively quick Martin is, because he was back against Kiniski there before he had the chance to complete that turn and make his own attack. However, it seems that Martin has got the worst of that.
Frenchie Martin looks like the tank may be getting near E, which does not mean enough. It means empty. Once that happens to you, I don't care how much tremendous drop kick.
Pulled out all the stops there to get that drop kick in, and how devastating it was.
Frenchie's panicking right now, looking for timeout. There is none.
I think
youngster setting him up here. Irish whip in. Look out. Slammed him once more. Down for the cover. 1 count. 2. No.
Oh! 2 7/8 there. Martin really lucky to escape that.
As Mean Gene would say, only in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Does it count? You're right. And I think you're right about the E on the tank.
Yeah, he's running out of gas. I can see it in his face. Oh, look at this. Underneath.
Move.
And a back suplex. He's down the wooded. Look at the bridge. It's over. Beautiful amateur move there with a back suplex and the bridge high on the neck by young Nick Kiniski. I love it.
Here is your winner, Nick Kiniski.
Let's go back and take a look, your lordship. Here's how it went down.
This was such a good move because he threw Kiniski in. He had time to jump up on that corner post and bring him back in that tremendous suplex. Martin had no chance whatsoever.
What a beautiful bridge by the youngster, Nick Kiniski, as he picks up a big victory here in Beantown. We'll be back.
That's fine.
Wow, that's...
Then bring it in here.
Suplex, amateur. Oh, mail delivery.
Told you I got mail.
Well, Nick Kiniski really showed me...
Mr. Bobby Heenan, Prime Time Wrestling.
I can read. I don't need anybody to do my reading for me. Nick Kiniski, most impressive in the Boston Garden against a real ring veteran in Frenchie Martin. And is it a get well? Well, what's the matter?
Junk mail.
What do you mean junk mail?
Now, you want to talk about Nick Kiniski. The kind of a guy Nick Kiniski is, you know, you don't have to read that.
Just a moment. You said it's junk mail. If it's
Junk
junk mail, it's anybody's...
Let's go to commercial now.
It's the letter, the little note here is from Kenny, referring to Ken Patera, world's strongest human. It says, I hope your neck is broken and you definitely have ring around the collar. Isn't that nice? Little note. Well, it's the thought that counts, isn't that right? It's the meaning behind it. Right now, let's go to a special interview with the Dragon.
You think it's funny?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. I want to introduce one of the great champions here in the World Wrestling Federation. Not only a great champion, but a great individual, a very talented man. May I bring in, please, from Hawaii, the new Intercontinental Champion of the World, Ricky, the Dragon Steamboat. And a lot of great things, Ricky, are happening to you right now in your professional and your personal life. By the way, I understand that congratulations are in order for you and your wife, Bonnie.
You know something, Gene, thank you very much. I'm sure a lot of the people have seen it on television. Now the announcement has been made. I'm expecting my first child. It's going to be sometime around the first week of July. And through the miracle of medicine, I also find out I'm going to have a son.
Well, congratulations, as I said before. Also, March the 29th, 1987, in WrestleMania 3 at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, in front of over 93,000 people. A big, big victory for you.
You know, it was the biggest day of my life, Gene, and I'm sure it was a big day for a lot of the athletes that were there that particular evening. For myself, Gene, this was a dream come true. Ending the year of 1986 was like a nightmare, being injured, being hurt, intentional by the hands of Randy Savage coming off the top rope with that 20-pound bell on my throat. I never thought that my career would even come close to where it's at now, and that is right on top.
You know, the one thing I should point out, however, Ricky Steamboat, the fact that Randy Savage has taken a little bit away from this tremendous title that you hold, because in his mind, and he's trying to, I guess, put a little propaganda out to the great folks across the country and around the world, that it was not a clear-cut victory. I disagree with that, by the way.
You know what's that to mean, Gene? There isn't anything he can say, there isn't a thing that he can do to spoil my moment of glory. My one split second, and that split second was the third count. I heard the referee go 1, 2, oh dear God, is it going to be 3? And there it was. And right then and there, I knew I was going to be the champion.
All right, I would have to say that the celebrating, basking in the glory of your tremendous victory in WrestleMania 3, that is over now, because you must go to work. You now must defend that coveted Intercontinental title. And the first name that pops up when you talk to promoters or matchmakers around the country is Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, without a doubt, when you have a new champion with the obligations to the former champion, Randy Savage, I'm not taking a back seat to anyone. I'm not going to be a so-called closet champion. Any contract that you bring up to Mr. Tunney, the president, any stipulation you want to put in red, bold letters, brother, I'll sign it. Cage matches, no disqualification, anything goes and everything including the kitchen sink, I'll be there.
All right, I thank you very much. Here's something else. Brand new Intercontinental Champion of the World. He's got his work cut out for him. He is Ricky, the Dragon Steamboat.
But it doesn't
Taryn,
make any
you think
difference
that's
to me.
funny, don't you?
Listen, the word is out right now amongst the multitudes that you're on your way out.
What do you mean on way out?
You're literally on your way. I'll get into it a little deeper once we get in after this next upcoming match.
I should have had 5, 6, 7 million letters.
Not talking
but
about
no,
letters.
you bring me one lousy letter from Ken Patera.
22 cents was on it, right? It shows that the thought was there, the outgoing.
Obviously, he must have mugged somebody for the stand.
Let's go to our special 6-man tag involving the British Bulldogs and Tito Santana.
Because we need another little Ricky.
Following is a one-fall 6-man tag team bout. Introducing in the ring at a combined weight of 741 pounds, first from parts unknown, the Gladiator. From the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, Jimmy Jack Funk. And from Las Vegas, Nevada, Barry.
Oh, he didn't say fabulous. He should get it right, the guy. That's what he's getting paid for.
From the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, Barry O. The opponents, soon to be making their way to the ring area at a combined weight of 709 pounds, from Tocula, Mexico, Tito Santana. And his tag team partners being preceded by Matilda from England, the British Bulldogs.
British Bulldogs indeed, along with Matilda, who has no love for anybody out there. Oh, look at that. Matilda chasing everybody out. That's amazing. 3 Bulldogs and a Chihuahua. Chihuahua, huh? She's going to have you by the leg one day. That dog ever puts a bite on me, it'd be the last time. You can bet on it. Earlier on, we caught up with that infamous referee, Danny Davis, who, believe it or not, says he's not too impressed with the Bulldogs or Santana. Just listen.
Everybody seems to be so impressed with the British Bulldogs and Tito Santana. Well, there's one person who still remains to be impressed, and that's Danny Davis. So anytime any one of you want to go one-on-one with Danny Davis, it's fine with me.
What a smug individual.
Confidence, that's what it's called, man.
That's not confidence. That could be overconfidence as far as the British Bulldogs and Tito Santana are concerned. Incidentally, I heard that Danny Davis also made some very strong derogatory remarks about Jack Tunney.
Well, he probably had it coming. I mean, the man fired him, canned him.
A long time coming. It was a long time coming, indeed.
It wasn't fair.
Look out! Oh, nice high cross body by Davey Boy. But I'll tell you something.
You read that WWF magazine religiously, don't you? All your little scoops out of there, don't you?
Unfortunately, your kisser's in there quite often.
Well, that's why he's a hot seller.
Tag made as Dynamite steps in. Barry O not faring too well so far in this six-man matchup.
It's the only time the Bulldogs have ever used their head.
Or they want that World's Tag Team Championship back in the worst way. It was stolen from them, I might add.
They won it.
They won it, huh?
They earned it.
Handed to him on a silver platter by Danny Davis. Santana ringing the bell to Barry O as a tag man as JJ, Jimmy Jack, otherwise known as the Lone Ranger, steps in.
The Lone Stranger.
Oh, nice kick out by Tito. Tito, the consummate wrestler. Boy, has he come a long way since joining the World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, about 800 miles from Tacoma, Mexico. That's just to the border.
Side headlock by Tito. JJ perhaps trying to get out here with a suplex. No, but the tag is made. Davey Boy steps in. Look at JJ. He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't know the tag is made.
I don't know where he is. Doesn't care.
Suplex coming up. Bulldog style. Look at this. Oh, well executed. I thought Dynamite was going to come flying off that top turnbuckle. They could do it all. Unlike some of the teams in your state of family. Double slingshot in, double elbow. Wow, Jimmy Jack went down hard. Down for the cover. Referee right there. Nope.
The Bulldogs work for me. They'd be doing it all.
They would.
Yep, they'd be mowing my lawn. They'd be doing my car.
Oh, look at that. Santana luckily had one hand on that top rope, but that slingshot would have been a whole lot more effective.
Changing my oil. Be making fish and chips. They wouldn't be hanging around with Frito Santana.
Tag made as the Gladiator steps in. Nice knee lift. Gladiator about 270 pounds.
A man's like a cat.
And he doesn't have a home.
Doesn't mean nothing about home.
Night person. Tito made the tag. Is Davey Boy in there once again? Oh, look at that slam. Here comes Barrio. He gets nailed on the way in. And Jimmy Jack as well. Double knocker. That'll teach you to come in there when you don't belong. Ramming the head of the Gladiator right into the head of Dynamite. Very effective move. Backdrop. Tag made to Santana. These guys have got an awesome look out. Oh, there it is. The beautiful flying forearm hooks the leg. Good. Wow.
2 against 1, though.
Santana just exploded with that.
Here are your winners, the team of Tito Santana and the British Bulldogs.
2 against 1, though.
Tito Santana, the British Bulldogs, Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith chalk up a very impressive victory here this week.
2 against 1, though.
In this 6-man matchup. And look at it. Is Matilda happy? You betcha.
Matilda's got better legs than the Federettes.
Please, give me a break. Here's what went down. Look at Santana, the tag already made. Oh, look at the shot there. Just nailed him, an easy cover. Right now.
Tell you what.
You know what?
I don't know.
You mean I'm on the way out?
Oh, that. Well,
yes. Tell me what you mean by that.
It's obvious to me. What have you got going for you, Valley?
I mean, what have I got going for me?
What have you got going for you?
I'm host of this program.
Look at the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. He's currently the manager of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. Got the honky-tonk man heading for great heights right now in the World Wrestling. What do you got going for you? You got a guy who likes to slam midgets. You got a guy who walks around with a 15-foot chain, really doesn't know what to do with it.
The king.
And you got a guy who's got a crown that's too small for his huge, humongous head. What have you got going for you?
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant.
You see, when
a loser.
A loser.
A loser. He lost, didn't he? He had a shot at the. You got anybody that's got a strap, a belt, other than the one that you tried to use on Patera?
You see, I'm not concerned right now.
You don't have anybody.
I'm not going to argue with you. If I have to get my attorneys out here to put a gag order on you, I'll do it. You think it's funny, don't you? You guys will be.
I'm telling you, you're on your way. You must realize.
Whipping a hamster and a treadmill at the radio station down the street here.
Of course, I always tell you. You're in deep trouble.
How could I be in trouble?
Well, you shut your mouth off. You stepped in the ring. You challenged Kenny Patera to debate. He cleaned your clock for you. Now you send in another guy, supposedly world's strongest human, in Hercules Hernandez. I've been around here for 2.5 decades. The only guy I ever heard that was the world's strongest human being is Ken Patera, and you're walking, living proof of that.
The only reason Ken Patera was...
Let's go to ringside right now as Ken Patera takes on, in fact, Hercules Hernandez.
In the ring right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Jess, this is going to be a great one.
Is the manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh, look at the ring around the collar, Jess.
Yeah, you enjoy that, don't you, McMahon? Why don't you keep quiet? I want to hear the announcement.
King, Harley Race.
Why is the king there?
Why is the king there?
And
the same reason Bobby Heenan has that neck brace on, because Heenan was viciously attacked by Ken Patera, a wrestler. Heenan is a manager. That's why the king's there.
Hercules Hernandez, allegedly the strongest man. Well, we're going to meet in a moment, I believe.
Yes.
A man who was the first man to military press 500 pounds over his head.
In his first World Wrestling Federation match, the former Olympian, Ken Patera.
All right, Ken Patera on his way to the squared circle.
I'll tell you what Patera's facing. I don't care how great the guy was. I don't care how strong he was. He has been out of the ring for a long, long time, and the rust is going to take its toll.
Well, you can see already little something is taking its toll there on the neck of Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Wait a minute, you're telling me you would call that an even matchup, Patera and Heenan?
It was supposed to be an even matchup. You saw the debate a couple of weeks ago, Jesse. You saw the fact that Bobby Heenan, oh look at this, Hercules, going right after Ken Patera, hammering down across the back. He lives a series of them now, all over Ken Patera.
And you can see right there, Patera was not prepared to wrestle. That's exactly what happens to somebody who's been laid off for 2-3 years, whatever it's been. He wasn't prepared to get in that ring. I think it's going to be easy pickings for Hercules.
Come on, referee, get in there. Patera all wrapped up in the rope. What do you want?
I think Hercules' leg was entangled in that bottom rope there. He couldn't get it free.
I don't think so. Patera firing off the right. Look at this, moving in now on Hercules. Patera back up to his feet, maybe not for long. Hercules moves back in. So far, we have not seen the test of strength that we wanted to see as we look over the King's shoulder.
Right over the King's shoulder.
What a headbutt that was.
That was a great move. It was a desperation move. You can tell Patera, he's already sucking wind right now. He's not in that great a shape, I don't think.
You hear the smack of the flesh from that blow. Patera, ooh, another shot. Ken Patera with Hercules hammering away now. Patera with a knee lift. Rake in the face by Hercules. And Heenan, what's he, get him away from there.
What is Heenan possibly going to do? Can't you see the man's injured?
Yes,
I think it's just amazing. It shows great
what?
Greatness on the part of Bobby Heenan just to be at ringside with an injury like that.
Well, after all, it was just a sprained neck, Jesse. No big deal.
A sprained neck.
A simple sprained neck. Something you could get falling off a tricycle.
Well, I'll tell you what, McMahon. Let me pull my belt off, wrap it around your neck, and I'll give you one right now, and we'll see how simple it is.
I don't think we have time for that. No. Right now, Ken Patera suffering the brunt of the attack of Hercules Hernandez.
I think the King Harley Race is out there as merely protection so that there's no attacks on Bobby Heenan anymore.
Well, we see the bear hug by Hercules.
Here's your test of strength right here.
Indeed. And Hercules really pouring it on. As Patera tries to go down into the inside, trying to break the hold. He's taking some leverage away from Hercules. If you can get the other arm down inside, yes, the hold's already broken. Look at that maneuver. Oh, wow, with a right hand by Hercules. And another forearm off the rope now. To the far side, nice reversal by Patera. Ooh, what a clothesline.
And he shook up Hercules with that one.
Patera now with Hercules, scoops him up, holds him up. What a slam! Yes, indeed.
I'll give you this. I don't know if Hercules has ever been thrown across a ring like that before.
Up he goes again. Patera with a busted lip, and ooh, yeah! Up at about 10 to 12 feet across the ring. Come on, baby. Look at him. He wants more. This is the old Ken Patera. Ken Patera now with a bear hug, and it could very well be over.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You can bet those two we just saw a moment ago are really concerned.
Patera's putting the
He's
street.
more than concerned. And coming in the ring. The King is coming in the ring. A knee to the back of the head.
Well, now we know why Harley Race was here, don't we?
I guess so. It shows that Bobby Heenan has no faith in Hercules. And perhaps very little in the King as it relates to the awesome skills of Ken Patera.
What this shows, you hurt Bobby Heenan, you're going to pay for it. That's what this is showing me. You mess with Heenan, you're going to mess with the whole Heenan family, and which is exactly what Ken Patera's learning right now.
Do something now. Who is that? Billy Jack Haynes leaping into the ring. Going after Hercules, the King has taken off.
You know, I can't believe that Billy Jack Haynes, as stupid as he is after the beating he took in WrestleMania 3, coming out there.
There, ladies and gentlemen.
What beating?
Ken Patera with the Duke raised high, and look at the look on Heenan's face. Oh, yeah. Ken Patera once more.
I think Heenan accomplished what he wanted to do. He showed Ken Patera that he's going to get him.
I'm not so sure. But you can bet Heenan will be plotting his strategy. Be it Hercules, the King, Bundy, or whomever. From the left, busted lip and all, the Olympian Ken Patera returns to the World Wrestling Federation in a victorious manner, and here, just when Hercules was about ready to give up.
And where's Bruno when you need him for the replay? He's off in the men's room. There you see Harley Race coming in with a big knee to the back. Now I got to handle this because of that incompetent Bruno.
We'll be right back.
Please. Wasn't that a despicable display?
Oh, but that wasn't when he put the belt around my neck and tried to take my head off.
That was because of your own doing,
yes,
right?
I did. I admit that. But couldn't he have taken the belt and hit me with it or punched me? No. He wanted to finish me off permanently. So like I told Patera and everybody, fine, get in line. But like I'm going to tell everybody else, I got an open checkbook. I've got monies, I've got attorneys, and I've got members of my family. You can find me, Jack Tunney. You can do whatever you want to me. But I am not going to rest until Ken Patera is completely out of professional wrestling, physically, mentally, and financially busted, till he can get on his hands and knees and crawl up to my feet and say he's sorry and beg me for a handout, beg me to feed him, beg me to feed his family and his kids. Then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spit on him so hard, and I'm going to sick every member of my family on till his neck is busted in half, and then only then, Ken Patera, and you're laying in some shelf someplace, maybe some mental institution or some prison again, am I going to feel good. Not until that day am I going to feel good. So find me, do whatever you want. I don't care.
Your dissertation over now? You told me you weren't going to get excited anymore.
Doctor
it bothers
told me
your
not to.
neck when you get excited.
I'm under doctor's orders. I'm not allowed to get excited. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
Okay. Highly unlikely that Ken Patera will ever
But if he thinks he's ever going to lay another hand on me,
we'll be back
he's
in
badly
just a
mistaken.
moment with Demolition and the Crazy One. I don't want to be held responsible if something physiologically or mentally goes wrong with you on this particular
There's nothing wrong with my mind. Physically, I'm hurt. Mentally, I'm as stable as I ever was.
You sure that thing is not cutting the circulation of blood to your brain?
No, it's not. It's helping me. Well, thanks to you and the rest of the people in the World Wrestling Federation. But I don't need anybody to help me. I help myself. It's funny. Real funny.
You may need some serious medication. Right now, we're going to go to a special matchup. Boston Garden, the location. Demolition taking on the Islanders.
That's what I need.
Soon here at ringside in the Boston Garden with his lordship Alfred Hayes. What a big tag team matchup. The Islanders, Haku and Tama, taking on Mr. Fuji's latest find, Demolition. They are something else.
They really are, but Tama and Haku are on a roll. They haven't lost about, I think, in 1987. They're obviously the most improved team there is in 1987, with the exception of the Hart Foundation. They're going to give these boys a really tough battle.
Well, they got a real big feather in their cap when they won that big tag team elimination tournament down in Madison Square Garden, Alfred. Do you remember
Wasn't that sensational? Gosh.
They weren't the odds-on favorites, but they went home with the big end of the money.
They did, and it's given them a confidence that's showing in their work now. As a team, they really understand each other.
They'll certainly need it against these two Bohemians.
Would you say that they're close to 600 pounds between the two of them?
Obviously. Obviously.
But
Axe
I mean,
is over 300 for
yes,
sure.
Yes. But
And Smash hasn't missed too many meals either.
but it's power. Look at the way they're built. I mean, massive chests, huge arms. Just big, big men.
Big all over.
I think the smallest of them is about 6'5".
Have designs on one thing and one thing only, the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship, currently held by the Anvil and the Hitman.
Yes, and they're going to take some shaking, those two, away from that title.
They got it in a very dubious manner, but they've managed to hold on to it.
Yes, they have, and you know, they're maturing as champions. They're beginning to look more like champions in the ring every day.
Well, I've always been of this adage, Lord, that once you get the championship and you have it in your possession, it is relatively easy to hold on to it. You can't lose it by a disqualification or a countout, only by a pinfall or submission, and maybe someday those rules will be changed.
Yes, very true. Mouth of the South, Hart has made such progress with those. You've got to take your hat off to Hart. No matter how odious he may appear, he's done just a good job with them, a perfect job. In this particular match, they've sent in their speed man, the Islanders. They send in Tama.
Oh, nice forward roll by the youngster. Wow, it didn't roll far enough. As Smash caught up to him. Unloaded with a big roundhouse right and another one.
Oh, did you hear that? Resounded right through the garden here.
Devious one. Mr. Fuji made his way around here to the broadcast position. Mr. Fuji, are you looking at the Islanders as a stepping stone to the World's Heavyweight Championship Tag Team?
Very, very true, Mr. Monsoon. Very true. My man, the Demolition will demolish the Islanders. You will just see. They will listen to Mr. Fuji. They really very good. They'll make them suffer.
Mr. Fuji, I remember one time you were co-holder of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship.
Many times.
But thank God that didn't last too long.
Don't worry. They will make me big present.
They will.
I will be very happy.
Would you like to give us a present? Would you? Take a hike.
I'm not a
You really take your life in your hands there. He's a one nasty fellow, that.
Talk about devious people. Look at this. Down, one count only. Whoa, was he up there?
The speed is just unbelievable with Tama.
The powerhouse tagged in now. Haku unloading on Smash. Finger right in the eye. Tag made to Axe. Come on, ref, got to get him out of there. Scooped up, just like he weighed 100 pounds. Elbow dropping, Haku long gone, reverse thrust kick, caught him right under the chin.
I was just about to say what an intelligent tag that was by the Demolition, just as Axe ran into all sorts of trouble.
He might not have needed that red paint on his face. His face might be red right now.
No, you know, we refer here to Haku as being their power man, but he doesn't lack in speed either, does he?
Oh, definitely not. Very well coordinated. The Islanders rely on that speed and agility so much. Such an integral part of their wrestling and skills and abilities. Duck underneath, look out. Whoa, clothesline coming back. He nailed him with it.
Oh, that was awesome. Absolutely awesome. That huge arm of Axe just knocked him clean.
Big smile on the face of Mr. Fuji there momentarily.
Yes, good recovery there by Haku.
Going to work now on the left arm and shoulder. Smash tries to come in and lend a hand, but the referee right there to keep him out.
No.
Saying no, he doesn't want to give it up.
Gorilla, these men have such huge bodies, it's difficult to imagine them being hurt in any way whatsoever, isn't it?
At times they seem impervious to pain, but I'm sure they're not. Oh, nailed right there, wide open. Nothing Haku could do about it. He was trapped in there, but he's fighting now. Going downstairs, figuring the breakfast could be the weak spot.
Jumped the big man right in his tracks.
Another quick tag made. Look at this. Tama high up on the top turnbuckle, bombs away.
Get outside, my friend.
Won't be doing too much with that left hand for a while. Going to work now. Young Tama. Handful of hair. Drop down. Look out. Oh. That was obviously plan one.
It really was, and you must give it to the Demolition. They worked.
Look at this, Mr. Fuji with the cane, doing a number on Tama as the referee distracted. What a sinister individual. Look at this. Choking him out in it. Come on, ref.
They can hit you in so many ways, the Demolition. They have everything right now within their grasp.
What an exciting tag team match from Beantown. The Weasel is out taking his medication right now.
He's
but
out laying down in the green room.
He's laying down in the green room. Give me a break. He'll do anything to drag me down with him, but I'm not going to let that happen. We'll be back in a moment with the conclusion. Tag team action personified in the Boston Garden. Demolition getting a whole lot of offense out of the Islanders that they hadn't counted on. Did you take your medicine? Are you all right now?
Yes, I'm on my medication right now. It's a muscle relaxer.
Oh, I love it. Let's go back to ringside.
Why would you hear?
Now wait until the referee turned around to see the legal tag. Mr. Fuji had already done the damage.
Would you say that Fuji has taught them well the skills of deceit?
Absolutely. Chinlock from the backside by Axe. Tama in trouble.
They've certainly slowed down the speedier member of the Islanders. He's a tough kid, though.
He certainly is. And the senior member, Haku from the outside, screaming encouragement, and the youngster responding. A right hand, not a whole lot behind it. That one neither, but he's out, but a tag is made. He doesn't realize it. Pearl Harbor from the backside.
I think that was a mistaken policy there.
Oh, excuse me.
A mistaken policy for young Tama to exchange blows with these huge men.
Can't match power with Demolition. No way, shape, or form. Just don't have the body weight.
No, and if you try to, you're going to come unstuck. Like that, for example.
Come up with the short end of the stick and the short end of the money when you go home. Mama won't be too happy either. Still with this reverse chin lock from the backside. Axe now going to work once again on the neck. Already previously damaged by the devious one, Mr. Fuji.
If Tama can make this tag, Haku is extremely fresh on the outside.
Elbow, not enough to break it. The second one made him turn and loose a little. Tama's out of there. He should have went right for the tag right there.
Right, absolutely.
Oh, look at he's hung up now. Hanging upside down.
Big trouble for Tama there.
Haku around there in the corner to make sure Fuji doesn't get any more cheap shots in.
Referee telling him to get back to his form as well. This could spell a lot more trouble for the Islanders, and indeed it does.
Look at this from the outside now. Oh. Smash, just smashed the back of Tama right into the ring apron.
And that is a steel apron covered just by canvas.
Brings back horrid memories.
Yes. Very hurtful one. Oh, Fuji is absolutely delighted with this performance by his men. And I suppose you would have to have, he might well be delighted with it.
Look at that devious kisser right there. Now screaming to the referee to get the guy back in the ring. Got to give a lot of credit to this youngster, Tama, that he's still out there and he's still in this match.
Demolition look indestructible to me.
They have not been in trouble since this match began.
They really haven't.
It's been the Islanders who've been in all the trouble. But they've got a lot of determination, a lot of willpower, a lot of intestinal fortitude, and don't sell them short. Duck underneath. Oh, a nice running high diving clothesline. Good chance for Tama to make the tap. He doesn't know where the corner is. He doesn't know where his own corner is. Now he sees it. He made it. Haku's in. Here comes Axe. He's unloading on both of them. Look out, double down out there. As the Boston Gardens goes bananas. Irish whip in. Oh, caught him right in the kisser.
Great drop kick there by Haku, who's really going to town here.
First time in the match that Demolition has been in trouble. There's a quick tag and a double slingshot in. Beautiful double elbow. Big headbutts, yes. Pandemonium broken loose here now as all four men are inside the ring. Referee trying to maintain some order. Having a very difficult time. Look out. The cane of Mr. Fuji right in the throat. Give me a break. 3 count was made.
What a terrible, terrible thing for the Islanders, just as they seem to burst that stranglehold that the Demolition had on them.
Mr. Fuji won another one.
Here are your winners, Demolition.
Demolition victorious here, but Mr. Fuji was the one who did all the damage. Got to be 2 referees in these kind of tag team matches.
Oh, wow. Fuji played a big part in that victory, as he has done on many occasions for the Demolition.
Let's go back and take a look.
And here we see Tama exchanging blows, which could have been a mistake for him, a headbutt. And look at that, with the cane straight to his throat. Tama goes down, not a chance, covered there by Smash. And too late comes Haku.
Haku tried to make the save, but the referee never saw the cane any way, shape, or form. Plenty more action still to come. We'll be back.
Kind of disheartening to see 2 guys well over the 300-pound mark have to resort to the steel cane of Mr. Fuji to win a match, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Boy, those muscle relaxers work in a hurry.
I'm not going to get upset by you.
You're
or anybody
mellow
else.
as a cello right now. You're really...
Nothing's going to upset me, nothing's
really
going to bother me.
mellowed out. I love it. Do you ever take that off at any time? Is there a period when
Yes, when I take a shower, but I don't wish to go into my
I
personal
mean, I
hygiene
thought
with
maybe
you.
there was some time frame where you loosened it every so often in order to...
I do occasionally take it off when I relax for a while, then I put it back on. I have different therapy I go through, if it's any concern of yours.
Well, it is, because your well-being is very important to me. I never know when you may not be here.
What do you mean I'm not?
Well,
what do you know that I'm...
I haven't heard anything. You're not going to get upset again. You're going to be calm, and if you need to take more medication, I think there's, I could always get Commandant Swagler to give you one of his nitro pills that might help you out. Interview time coming up right now on Prime Time Wrestling. We're going to go to Mean Gene Okerlund with a real, what shall I call him, stand-up guy. I'm surprised he's not in your stable, referring to the honky-tonk man, another back jumper, who's extremely upset with serpents, I understand. You don't like snakes either, do you?
I don't like gorillas.
Let's go to Mean Gene.
You people know me, and of course I'm not one to really hand out compliments to somebody that I don't particularly care for. Throw out the accolades. But Jimmy Mott of the South Heart, if you join me, please. You know,
I told you so.
Get on my nerves. I don't like the way you dress. Certainly, I don't like a lot of the things you do, but you did tell me last year that ultimately the Hart Foundation would become the tag team champions of the world. And indeed, they did that.
You know, everybody laughed at Jimmy Hart when I predicted that. You laughed, a lot of the promoters laughed, and most of all, the fans, they all laughed at Jimmy Hart. But we are the world champions. If you want us, come and get us.
I don't know what you're going to do with this guy. He's got himself in a lot of hot water.
Great, baby.
He is from Memphis, Tennessee, also the Honky Tonk Man, and welcome back.
I'm glad to be back. You know, the Honky Tonk Man, you're talking about not liking people. The Honky Tonk Man wants to say this. I want to say this to the whole world, and especially to you, Jake the Snake. The Honky Tonk Man don't have anything against you at all. I don't feel anything against Jake the Snake. I don't know why he wants to do the things he does to me. He makes fun of the honky-tonk man. He tried to rip my clothes off of me. He tore my guitar up. He won't let the honky-tonk man sing his song. And that's all I want to do for the fans of the World Wrestling Federation is sing my song.
You know, what did you ever have against Elvis Presley, honky tonk?
I've told you before, I don't know the man. People always say that to me. They come up to me wanting autographs. They say, oh, Elvis Presley, we want your autograph. You look like Elvis Presley. I don't know who that is.
Why don't you leave the man rest in peace? You dress exactly like him. You imitate him all the time.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm thinking about Jake the Snake Roberts. That's what's on my mind.
I think it's a disgrace to the memory of Elvis Presley.
I don't think it's a disgrace to do anything you want to do in the United States of America or anywhere in the world, because that's what freedom's all about, freedom of expression. And I'm trying to express myself, and Jake the Snake Roberts will not let me do it.
You're running around the country, you're running around the world with this little twerp back here. And of course, Thelma Lou, your girlfriend.
That's Peggy Sue. Now look, see, you're trying to make fun. Everybody wants to make fun of the honky-tonk man, and you saw, and the whole world saw what happened to Jake the Snake Roberts for making fun of me. You get to wear one of these right here, and you see Jake the Snake, I got another one that looks just like the one you busted up. Because you just keep breaking them, son. Take them away from the honky-tonk man and tear them up. And Peggy Sue, that's her name, she said, honky-tonk man, we got a boxcar load of them for you. Let Jake the Snake tear them up all he wants, and we'll keep replenishing it. She's going to give them to me anytime I want them.
You still driving that 1959 pink Cadillac?
You better believe I'm driving. And every time I get on the freeway, I got the Colonel in the back, and I got Peggy Sue up real close to me, and we ride the streets, and we listen to the radio, and we think about you, Jake the Snake. We think about what we're going to do to you, and we think about our #1 hit song. That's all right, honky-tonk mama.
Boy, are they a pair to draw to. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back. Don't go away.
A horrible sight to be driving down a Harbor Freeway and see that 59 pink Cadillac going down the road. I think they got the seating arrangement a little mixed up, too. I think it's Peggy Sue that's in the back seat and the Mouth of the South that's up close front seat driving.
It doesn't concern me.
Obviously it doesn't, no, but I just like to paint the picture correctly as to what's going on. Right now, our feature match time. Here this week on Prime Time Wrestling, the reigning Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, as he takes on the Natural, Butch Reed. Let's go to ringside.
The bell is gone. This one's underway, and the Dragon hasn't got any of his ring attire off yet. Irish whip-in. Wow, went downstairs with that one.
I think his reign as Intercontinental Champion is just about over, Gorilla.
Well, I doubt that very seriously. Look at this. As he holds onto the throat of the Dragon, he's removing that black sash from around his waist. Couldn't get it all the way off. Lucky for the Dragon that he didn't. Oh, the Natural really unloading. And of course, at ringside, as always, whenever the Natural is out there, a very dangerous individual in the form of the Slickster.
Doctor of Style, as he likes to be called.
Yeah, you look like you're in style with it. Those things could come into style. Who knows?
Will you leave me alone?
Suplex from the outside, got the Dragon up. He nailed him with it. That's what happens when you shoot your mouth off, Brain. The guys like Kenny Patera can put you out of commission.
This is what happens to you when you outsmart a man and are intellectually above him, and he's nothing more than a miserable ex-con.
Hey, I sat there, I was in attendance, I watched it. You instigated the whole thing. You took the first shot.
I shouldn't have even been up there. I shouldn't have even had to lower myself to be around a convict like that.
Maybe that'll teach you to mind your own business.
A jailbird. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not done with him.
Choking away at Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. The Natural Butch Reed.
The family's not done with him. He's gonna wish he was behind bars forever.
You could have some members of your stable bailing out on you. Double axe handle right to the back of the neck. The Dragon hasn't unleashed any offense yet in this match. Irish whip-in, look out. Wow, nailed him. Nailed him good with that elbow. Uh-oh, choke as he jerks him straight up in the air. Come on, ref. Where did you learn how to count? Over for the cover, 1 and 2 count. The Dragon comes out the back door. Just barely.
His feet were kicking, but his shoulders were down.
Oh, what do you want? You want a referee now? See, you get excited and it bothers your neck, doesn't it? Dragon in deep trouble here, as this is our feature match this week here. Look out! Wow.
He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing.
Boy, he would have had the referee not turned around.
He was just keeping Steamboat honest.
Yeah. Irish whip once again by the Natural. And the Dragon goes right underneath it, plants one inside, not a whole lot behind it. Rake of the eye, stopped him dead in his tracks once again.
Natural was a little bit off with that punch.
Uh-oh, the Dragon coming to life. And it's turned around. Oh, he put his head down. That's what happens when you take that kind of physical punishment.
Butch, don't walk around.
He's
don't
thrilled.
walk around. Finish him off.
You'd love to see that.
Oh, I'd love it.
Dragon in a whole heap of trouble. Could be all over right here. 2 count.
Whoa.
Oh, was that close?
What amazes me is that the Dragon has enough gall to even want to be called the Intercontinental World Champion the way he won it.
What are you talking about?
It was given to him by George Animal Steel.
Please.
It was stolen from the Macho Man.
Off the ropes, big elbow drop right in the sternum area. Oh, he said, no, don't count because I'm not going to cover him. That could be a fatal mistake right there.
I agree with you.
Oh, you're in pain. I'm loving every minute of it. The Dragon over the top. Suplex, a beauty. Unfortunately, it took just as much out of the Dragon as it did out of the Natural. Look at the Slickster now. He's not too happy now, is he? Does that affect your vocal cords when your neck hurts like that?
Yes, it does.
I hope so. Ducks underneath the big roundhouse right. Oh, both men hit head to head. Dragon not sure exactly where he is, and Butch Reed in no better shape right now. Oh, it hurts when you cough, huh? I love it. Dragon trying to collect himself. As the henchman for the Natural, the Slickster jumping up and down. You got to watch him or he'll jump right in there. The Natural going to the outside. The Dragon looking for him. Finally caught sight of him. He catches him in midair. Look out. Bombs away. Look at that. Come on, ref. Get that guy off the apron. Could be a mistake here as the Dragon goes out after the Slickster.
It's not a championship move, Monsoon. You'll never catch him.
It's a foot race.
You'll never catch him.
Slick bailing in and out the other side. And the Dragon right through the legs of the Natural. Unloading with his karate now. Butch in another world, high cross body. He couldn't get him to go down. Oh, what a fall that was. Both men over the top rope as the referee begins his count. Both men on the floor.
Can you lose a title? Can you lose the Intercontinental title on a countout?
Absolutely not. Incidentally, I do believe this is a non-title matchup.
Oh, sure, that's the way Steamboat will love it. The
as the count continues on, look at this. The Slickster coming around the side door. Referee calling for the bell. What is he saying? Perhaps the Dragon beat the Natural back in. I kind of think that's what he's saying. Let's find out.
The winner of this bout, as a result of a countout, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Wow, the Dragon's going to have to realize that being the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion is no bed of roses. Everyone's knocking on that door. Everyone wants a crack at the gold. Hello.
Yes, I'm relaxed.
Oh, good.
And I have good news for you.
Oh, great.
I'm not sure if I'm going to spring it on you next week or the week after or the week after that.
Doesn't matter.
I guess it doesn't really, does it?
No.
But I may have my attorney from Beverly Hills here.
Big deal. Some other shyster coming in.
What, you think he's an ambulance chaser or something?
If he's your lawyer, I know what caliber he would fall into, yes.
Just to make sure that you treat me with the proper respect, constantly belittling me, constantly singing the praises of Ken Patera. We're going to get some things straightened out here. We're going to get them straightened out.
Only
pretty
guy
soon.
that had the insight and fortitude and 22-cent stamp to send you a little note.
Yeah, well, I hope he enjoys that note. Because when I'm done with Patera, he'll be back waiting for mail.
Well,
you know where he'll be back waiting for mail.
To be seen. Why do you want to belittle a guy who's paid his debt to society and
hasn't paid his debt to me yet?
To the World Wrestling?
He hasn't paid his debt to me yet.
You look like you've been paid in full.
Oh, no, I haven't been paid.
Well, folks, that wraps it up for Prime Time here this week. I understand there's a possibility that you might not be here next week.
Why wouldn't I be here next week?
Well, I heard through the Gorilla line that Miss Betty is having a big baloney blowout for her birthday.
Baloney blowout for a birthday party for Miss Betty?
How old is she going to be?
I don't believe that's any of your concern.
Oh, well, 50, 51, 52.
Not 51 or 2.
Boy, she certainly looks in a...
You've never seen her.
Yeah, I saw her one time down in Florida. You pointed her out. Remember that crazy-looking thing was running around?
Isn't Miss Betty.
Oh.
I don't know who that was you saw me with.
Sorry.
First of all, you've never seen me with anybody like that. I'm not going to get upset.
Well, there's some barracudas that I've seen you with.
Oh, you haven't seen me with her.
Well,
I mean, I haven't.
Don't get upset. We've got more pills in the bag. Exciting matches coming your way next week, direct from Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens, the rapidly becoming one of the meccas here in the World Wrestling Federation. And promoter Jack Tunney, also president of the World Wrestling Federation, personal friend of Bobby the Brain Heenan.
My pal.
Doing a tremendous job up there. And many exciting things will be happening, as always, here on Prime Time Wrestling. Maybe you'll have some surprises for us.
May have some surprises.
Nothing you do, say, or could even conjure would be a surprise to me, Brain. I've seen it all, I've done it all.
But he's 23 years old.
We'll be back next week. 23. Give me a break.